Welcome to Kat Sara Yoga. I'm Kat and this is day 3 of Love, a 14-day yoga series designed, among other things, to balance your heart chakra, fill you up with self-love and self-worth, and get you radiating love to everyone around you. Enjoy the class. We're starting lying down today. So coming into mermaid position, use the strength of your arms to lie yourself down onto the mat and roll onto your back. Give your knees a hug. Gently rocking side to side, feeling as though you're massaging out through the lower back. Feeling that nice massage for the muscles either side of your spine. And as you rock, begin to connect in with your breath. Just noticing the natural pattern of breath, easy breath. Maybe having a few little sighs out. Notice if there's any tension present in your body. And feel as though it's just melting away into the earth as you rock, as you massage the lower back on the earth. Keeping your knees together, circle the knees, so just changing slightly the sensations of the massage that you feel around the lower back area, base of the spine. And let's go the other way. And coming back to center. One at a time, place your feet down on the mat. Feet are parallel. Heel behind the widest part of the foot, and they're not too far away from your bottom, so you can just about reach the heels with the middle fingertips if you reach down, and really shuffle your shoulder blades down your back as well. So that will help you reach a little bit further. Chin just slightly tucked in towards the chest. If you find your head popping back like that, you can always place a block underneath the back of your head or a folded up towel. And then placing your hands into this diamond shape, so fingertips come together, thumbs come together. Place the diamond shape over your abdomen, fingertips on the pubic bone, thumbs just underneath the belly button. Imagine that you have a marble in the centre of the diamond shape. Take a nice breath in. And as you exhale, tip your pelvis backwards, imagining the marble rolling towards your thumbs. As you inhale, tip your pelvis forwards, imagining the marble rolling towards your fingers. So exhaling backwards, pressing your lower back into the mat. Inhale forwards, feel your lower back arching away from the mat. Notice that as you tip your pelvis backwards and you press your lower back into the mat, you feel the weight come to the top part of your sacrum, those fused vertebrae at the base of the spine. And as you tip your pelvis forwards, the back arching away from the mat, you feel your weight coming to your tailbone. Just observe these things. On your next inhalation, as you tip your pelvis forward, bring your arms out to cactus arms, palms facing up, backs of the hands on the floor, elbows level with the shoulders, shoulders away from the ears. And really getting the chance now to flare your ribs, widen full into your rib cage, and then as you exhale, tip your pelvis backwards. And here, press your heels into the mat. So you're keeping the weight flat and evenly spread on the feet, but grounding the heels down a little bit more. So the balls of the feet aren't lifting off the mat. They're still resting on the floor, but you're grounding more firmly through the heels. Inhale, tip the pelvis forward, and then you feel the weight flat and evenly spread on the feet then. Just resting on the mat, arching your back off the mat. And exhale, tip the pelvis backwards, press the heels more firmly into the mat. Keep going with your breath, observing all the sensations you feel. Hopefully some nice changing stretches in your back, maybe your shoulders, maybe the shoulder girdle, so where the shoulders attach onto your back. You might be able to feel some changing stretches there. Maybe as you tilt your pelvis forward and arch your back off the mat, you can feel a stretch in the front of your body. Just observe what you feel. And as you tip your pelvis backwards and press your heels into the mat, notice if you can feel a gentle natural lift of your pelvic floor muscles, that hammock of muscle at the base of the body. Maybe you can feel an engagement from inner hip bone to inner hip bone. So some core engagement happens naturally there. Inhale, arching the back off the mat. Forward tilting pelvis, weight flat and evenly spread on the feet. And exhale, tipping your pelvis backwards, pressing your back into the mat, grounding your heels. You might even feel your tailbone slightly lifting off the mat. Maybe even a tiny bit of engagement in the buttocks to feel extra strength there. Keep going. So this engagement, this natural engagement that we feel as we exhale, tip the pelvis backwards, ground the heels into the mat. This is called Mula Bandha. It's the root lock of energy, and it's a natural engagement of the lower abdominals and the pelvic floor, which will happen in certain yoga postures, and you can also create it consciously. So in some of the yoga postures or movements, I might say draw tummy and lift pelvic floor, and I'm talking about this sensation of Mula Bandha. So see if you can naturally feel it now. Don't worry if you can't, but just see what you feel. Working on your mind-body connection, improving it through every little piece of yoga that you do. And so when you feel it naturally here, you'll be able to recreate it later. So let's make this the last one. One more lovely arch, nice deep breath into the chest. Allow the ribs to flare, maybe feeling a stretch in the front of the body, and then backwards tilt again. And as you tip your pelvis backwards, just return your hands down to your pelvis again, fingertips to touch, thumbs to touch, back into this diamond shape, and just creating a few small pelvic tilts until you make them even smaller and smaller each time and the pelvis comes to neutral. So the imaginary marble would be in the center of the diamond shape. You feel the weight flat and evenly spread across the sacrum, those fused vertebrae at the base of the spine. And your lower back is only slightly curving off the mat, just in its neutral position, which will be slightly different for every person. It's not arching and the ribs aren't flaring. The back of the rib cage is on the earth. Feel your Mula Bandha engaging, tummy drawing in, pelvic floor lifting, keeping this neutral posture. Float your arms down by your sides, palms facing in towards your thighs. Inhale, floating your arms up, fingertips point up towards the ceiling. Shoulders shuffle down your back and away from your ears. Imagine someone's got strings on your right fingertips. Take an inhalation. And exhale, imagining that person pulls up on the string, so your shoulder blade will peel off the mat, so it slopes forward on your back, peeling off the mat. Inhale, as with control, you release your shoulder back down to the earth. Exhale, left fingertips reach up, really work your pectoral muscles in the chest to reach the fingers up. And inhale, slowly lowering the shoulder blade back down. Let's continue with the breath. Exhale, reaching the right arm up. Make sure shoulders stay sliding down the back and away from the ears. Lots of space between ears and shoulders. Inhale, shoulder blade arrives gently on the mat. Exhale, left fingertips work up. And you feel a stretch for the middle of the trapezius muscle, which is a big muscle that makes up a lot of the upper back. And also the rotator cuff, so the muscles in between the shoulder blade and the back of the rib cage. Inhale, shoulder releases back down. Exhale, reaching up, nice stretch in the back of the body, working the pectoral muscles in the chest. Inhale, release down. One more this side. Lovely long breath, really good. Release your shoulder back down. Let your arms float down and then bring them out to shoulder height, palms facing up. Ground your feet into the earth, lift your bottom, shift it to the left and place it back down. Let your knees fall to the right. So working to stack the hips, so you're bringing the right hip underneath the left and having a right angle bend at your hips and a right angle bend at your knees. Relax here. If you find that your knees are separating or they don't really feel supported, you can place a block underneath both knees or maybe in between the knees or a cushion. So find that support to make this a lot more easeful. We want to feel relaxed here. We want to feel muscles melting. If it's comfortable, you can lift your head gently and turn it in the opposite direction of the knees, or you might just prefer to gaze up at the ceiling. You can have eyes closed. And let's just take a few nice deep breaths here in our reclined twist. Nice big inhalation, and as you exhale, draw your tummy and lift the pelvic floor so you're engaging Mula Bandha again. Inhale, widen full into your chest. And as you exhale, sweep your top arm up and over as if drawing a big rainbow above your head. Use your core strength to bring palms to touch. So you're rolling all the way over to your right side. Inhale, opening out again into this lovely twist. You might turn your head to follow the path of your left hand. And exhale, reaching up and over, big rainbow, palms to touch. Keep going with your breath. Inhale, open out. Really nice deep chest breath in, increasing lung capacity or ability to take deeper breaths because you've got more flexibility in the chest muscles, so you can really expand your lungs. So helping to remove any tightness in the chest and shoulders. Let your head just roll. You can rest your head on a block or a folded up towel here just to help support it if you feel like it's tipping back a little bit too much. And then opening out into your twist. And let's just have a few more breaths here. Softening, melting, relaxing, everything. So then bringing your feet back to center, knees and bottom back, arms back down, and hugging your knees in, having a little rock side to side, everything realigned and centered on the mat. And bringing your feet back down to the earth. Lift your bottom, shift it to the right, place it back down, let your knees fall to the left. Maybe using that little bit of extra support. Try to shift the left hip underneath the right and bringing your arms out to shoulder height, palms up. Feeling supported, feeling relaxed. Maybe turning your head in the opposite direction of your knees. Maybe just keeping it centered, whatever feels good for you. Nice, deep, relaxed breaths here. On your next exhalation, draw your tummy and lift your pelvic floor. Inhale, widen full into your chest. Exhale, sweep your top arm up and over, using your core strength to bring palms to touch. Head just rolls on the floor. Inhale, open out wide. You can turn your head to look at the right hand, if that feels good. Exhale, big sweep. Reach your fingertips out to get the most stretch in the arms. Nice tricep stretch if you can really reach your fingertips up over your head. And turning your head if it feels good. Deep breath in. A little bit of core engagement to get palms to touch. Keep going. Draw that big rainbow above your head. See if you can even imagine that rainbow. See the colours in your mind's eye. Really good. Last round, opening out into your twist and having a few breaths here. Relax everything, let your core engagement go. Everything relax. And then bring your arms back down by your sides and coming back to center. Realign yourself down the middle of the mat. Hug your knees in, gently rocking side to side. Nice massage out for the spine. And keeping your knees together, circling the knees. Massaging the flesh around the base of the spine at the sacrum. So to be a little bit more gentle with yourself, you can roll over to your side and use the strength of your arms to come up to sitting. If you'd like a little bit more challenge today, then from your position on your back with knees in, just holding your legs behind the thighs, behind the knees, draw your shoulders down your back and away from your ears. Take a nice breath in. And as you exhale, tucking the chin, close the gap at the front of the body. So lowest rib comes closer to inner hip bone. So you're curled in this little ball. And begin to rock forwards and backwards, building up momentum. Try to keep your curled up ball shape. And take your time, because this is a nice massage for your back. Really good. Let your breath flow, however feels good. And when you're ready, rock all the way up, coming into a comfortable seat. Bring palms to touch in front of your heart, just noticing how you feel to be upright again. Gently squeezing palms together as you inhale. Feel strength in the upper back, strength in the back of the heart space, shoulders away from the ears. Lift the corners of your mouth into a little smile, relax face and jaw. And just breathing into your heart, almost as if the heart itself were breathing. Allow your heart to fill with gratitude to yourself for being here, practicing yoga today. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. Thank you again for being here. Remember to tell your friends you're practicing Kat Sara Yoga, and do like and share this video. I'll see you next time.